What's up, everybody? It's Henry with Conley Coaster Designs coming back at you with another video. Today's video, it's going to be a little different. This is not a construction update. Did not make it to the park this weekend. We had a bunch of other stuff going on. But I did want to talk about some stuff pertaining to a new roller coaster. Now, before we get into that, I can guess that there's probably no tracks or support on site. And I can guess that because the enthusiast community is not going off like crazy about that. But, as I've been saying, we are now progressing further and further into July. Track and supports are probably on their way. Damn you, Fury 325, for cracking. You probably delayed our shipments. Anyway, but track is probably on the way. Supports are probably on the way. You know, we just got footage, some of the first footage, of supports arriving to fix Fury 325's little accident. So I'd imagine that anything else that was due to ship out of Claremont Steel is probably going to start shipping soon, and we should start to see some track and supports. But today's video, I want to, discuss something that is some genius marketing, or marketing potential by Dorney, first off. And second off, considering this genius marketing potential, if they capitalize on it, something else that we might be able to see happen heading on into Dorney's future. So I was talking with the awesome Storm Chaser Justin, and if you don't follow his channel, I will link it in the description here. Really good guy, really great storm videos, fellow Storm Chaser just like I, fellow haunt enthusiast just like I, and through me making these videos, I've been able to start chatting with him, and he pointed out something that's really I didn't think of, and that is that Dorney Park, when you talked about Dorney Park and special events they put on, the Haunt was one of those main events that you heard people talk about. They were one of the first things that popped into people's heads. People got excited about Dorney Park's haunts, and they still do to this day. Dorney Park's haunts, they are an exceptional value. You get multiple different mazes or walkthroughs at a really decent price, and on top of that, you get this spooky haunted theme park feel, and you have the amusement rides. There are no haunted attractions that can offer all of that in one shot that match Dorney's. I would say that Hershey's new haunted event is probably up there, but I don't think for the price that you pay, what you get is on par with Dorney Park's. And yes, you got Six Flags Great Adventures Fright Fest, which was really, for a long time, a great haunt, but has kind of gone downhill. And of course, Dorney is never going to be on par with places like Bates Motel, Eastern State Penitentiary, Field of Screams, Valley of Fear, stuff like that. But for a theme park haunted attraction, it is a phenomenal haunt. And again, it's talked about a lot. Not just here in Pennsylvania, not just in New Jersey or New York or any of the places where Dorney is close to, but it's talked about outside of here. So something to think about is how genius it is. And again, we're going to be kind of quoting or paraphrasing Ryan from Dorney Park PR at the ACE event earlier this year. How genius it is for them to be somewhat, in some way, tying the theme of the ride to the theme of the haunted attraction, or making them work in conjunction with each other, creating some sort of themed area. You are now combining two things that are extremely exciting about this park and about Dorney Park into one experience, which is really cool. Because, again, this is Dorney Park's first ground-up, custom new steel roller coaster since 2005. This is exciting. It's absolutely amazing. And a few times at the park, we've been talking about that, and someone goes, oh wait, they're getting a new roller coaster, and we say, yeah, it's actually going right over there where Stinger used to be, near Possessed. And people actually get excited about that, and they actually get enthusiastic about it. Because, again, it's amazing that Dorney Park is finally getting the love and attention of a brand new steel roller coaster. Now, not only are they getting the love and the attention of a brand new steel roller coaster, they're getting the love and attention of a brand new steel roller coaster that, when all is said and done, buying the ride, installing the ride, building a station, building in all the components of the control system, you know, if this has air gates, everything, the landscaping, this is probably going to be in excess of a $20 million investment. And on top of it, in the same year that they're making this massive investment, they are linking something else that Dorney Park is known for to this ride. It's going to be not just a draw for enthusiasts. This is going to be a general park goer's dream, and I am excited for it. It really, to me, this is going to capture the general public's attention, and this could do wonders for Dorney Park. So with that in mind, where does Dorney go from here? What does Dorney do? And I know I've already done the 5-year prediction video, but I want to talk about outside of that 5-year prediction video. How do they continue to capitalize on this newfound attention that they have? Because for a long time there, really in the area, what you talked about was either Hershey Park or Six Flags Great Adventure. Dorney Park was that one park that was like, yeah, we're going to go there a couple weekends this year. It's almost sort of kind of on par with like a Kennywood or a Knoebels, where when they, you know, they don't add too much big stuff every year, and then, you know, you hit them 1 or 2 times a year. I think this roller coaster tied into this haunt building is going to give Dorney Park an opportunity to start competing with Hershey Park, to start competing with Six Flags Great Adventure. And before you dive in my comments, understand, I know that it will be a while before they actually can truly compete with Six Flags Great Adventure or Hershey Park. But they can easily start competing with Six Flags Great Adventure right out the gates with this ride because it's themed. And because the theming is going to be more than likely very rich, it's going to be more than likely very in-depth, and its tie-in to that haunt building is really going to open that area and change what that area is known for. We all know Six Flags Great Adventure. They have 2 Batman rides that sit next to each other. They have Nitro near them. They have Jersey Devil Coaster not too far away from that. Theming's not a thing at Six Flags Great Adventure. So Dorney can start beating Six Flags Great Adventure not in the roller coaster territory, but in the theming area. And hopefully, eventually start beating them in the roller coaster area, especially with the new park president, the new president of Six Flags and his, him being unwilling to spend money. Hershey Park, Dorney's going to have some fun, right? Hershey Park, they don't necessarily theme things the greatest, but they do have a well-rounded park with a well-rounded roller coaster lineup, with a well-rounded ride lineup in general, and beautiful scenery. And this is where I see Dorney Park going. Dorney Park has beautiful scenery. They have a very solid roller coaster lineup. This roller coaster is going to add to that. They have a solid ride lineup. And though people may, bash Demon Drop, or they might bash some of these older rides that Dorney has, these rides are nostalgic. These rides are rides that you don't necessarily find at other parks, especially right in this region. So having those really beautiful classic rides, and as enthusiasts, rides that you can point to and go, that is the reason that exists at another park, that's awesome. And then you start to tie in the beautiful landscaping that Dorney has, and hopefully, based upon all the talk that was being said at the ACE event, sounds like possible retheming throughout the park, maybe repaints throughout the park. Dorney has an opportunity to start, putting some pressure on Hershey and Six Flags. But they need to consider some things moving forward to help keep that pressure on Six Flags, to help keep that pressure on Hershey Park. The thing that Dorney Park, Hershey Park, and Six Flags Great Adventure all have in common is they share some ride manufacturers with each other. You have Talon at Dorney Park, built by Bollinger and Mabillard. Great Bear, Hershey Park, built by Bollinger and Mabillard. Batman the Ride, Six Flags Great Adventure, built by Bollinger and Mabillard. You have these very similar manufacturers. Intamin is at all three parks. PTC used to be at Six Flags Great Adventure. It's still at Hershey. So them sharing this means that the rides that both Six Flags Great Adventure and Hershey Park can operate during their winter events, Dorney Park could do it too. And Dorney Park having a winter event would open up the length of the calendar year that the park is able to be open, generate a revenue, and hopefully reinvest that money back into the park, which could help this park grow from this second-tier park that it is to maybe being something along the lines of a smaller Carowinds, minus the crack in the support. All jokes aside, roller coasters are safe. They're checked. Don't take me making jokes as like saying they're not safe or something. It's fun to poke light at the situation a little bit. But they could turn into a smaller Carowinds. They could get more frequent, larger investments. Again, this roller coaster, even if the price does come out and they say it's, I don't know, $14 million for the roller coaster, that's just your steel and your supports, right? That's not including your station, your electronics, that's not including your landscaping and everything. Again, this is probably a north of $20 million investment for Dorney Park. So the fact that they're getting this investment is huge. But them increasing their operating schedule could cause them to get these investments more frequently. We saw how it's gone for Carowinds so far. They've been getting frequent, large investments. They've been being taken care of as a park, and they've been being rewarded for the revenue that they generate as a park. And there is where us enthusiasts get excited, because we get rewarded by having these awesome new rides right in our backyard. Now, speaking of Carowinds and Fury 325, before I kind of finish off one or two things and then exit this video, I want to try and keep this one a little shorter. Based upon everything that we know, the support has been removed that cracked. The new support is on site. And I was just watching Ryan the Ride Mechanics video on this. He speculates that it probably could be installed tonight, early tomorrow. But there's a lot to go through before this thing reopens. So definitely go check out Ryan the Ride Mechanics video. He kind of gives you a very good idea on what to expect before this ride reopens. Now, to cap off Dorney Park Project 2024, this video, the last thing that I want to say is Dorney Park is one of the, in my opinion, best managed Cedar Fair parks out there. They have a maintenance staff that truly seems to care about the rides. They truly seem to care about upkeep on these rides. They have park management that's not afraid to shut down a ride for a day if they must. They have, overall, a great group of employees, ride operators, everything. They are great. They do fantastic work. And if Cedar Fair pays attention to that, and if they notice that, they need to capitalize on that. And by capitalizing on that, they need to add more things to this park in order to kind of keep it going and to increase the ridership and give these mechanics, these maintenance personnel, ride ops, and all of these folks something to keep going on. This roller coaster that we're seeing built right now, well, not seeing built right now, but waiting to see built right now, this roller coaster may have been in the planning stages for a long, long time. There was the speculation of that Gravity Group shuttle coaster that fizzled. Of course, COVID did not help with that. They could have been talking about this dive coaster at the same time. Maybe they were considering an either or. Maybe we were going to get the shuttle and then they were going to put the dive coaster somewhere else. I don't know. All I'm saying is they could have been planning this for a long time, which means whatever the theme is, whatever the concept, the storyline behind this ride, the concept storyline behind that haunt building and how they work together, it is going to be a very cohesive theme. It's going to be a very cohesive storyline, and that right there is going to set them apart from anybody else in the area. I don't care where you go, you will not find a cohesive theme and storyline like you are going to see on these two attractions. That's just my speculation, though. Anyway, have a good night. I'm Henry with Conley Coaster Designs. I'll see you on the next one. Stay safe. Show compassion to each other. We're all nerds. We love this stuff. And it's really stuff that the GP looks at us and goes, why are you guys looking at that nut with that paint on it? Yeah, we're the weirdos that walk through the park. So let's show each other some love. Peace.